let's redefine loneliness. Loneliness is not about not having friends, about not having people to talk to, not having people to go out with in this social media world where you just have to post out if you go out with people. I'm not a big fan of that. So it's not about that. It's about when you do not enjoy your company as a person. Have you ever felt like everybody has their own group and you're just there? Everybody goes out with their friends and you feel lonely. Or sometimes it's not even about having friends. Sometimes it's about you being in a certain group and you just feel lonely. And you are a Christian, you must wear a smile because we are called to be happy all the time. So, hey guys, in today's episode, we are going to talk about how to deal with loneliness coming from a person who God has helped deal with loneliness. So, I'm first of all going to give my quick summary. So, there you go. We start with my experience. I really thank God for this. Sometimes we go through stuff and we don't know why God is going to use it, but whatever you're going through now, that He's going to use it for a greater purpose. So I was a very lonely person, not even in the sense of I have friends and they're not just my type. I grew up, and when I was going to school, there are moments where I would sit alone at break. Now imagine a child, everybody with their friends laughing and everything, and I'm just sitting on the playground alone. And that hurt and everything, it just grew in me. It grew so much in me that one of the things that I just wanted so much was to have friends and be like, okay, it's me. And not to say I have a great family, actually. I have a very great family, but at a certain age, we're all teenagers because me and my parents would literally made us grow like 1 year between us siblings, right? So teenagers, siblings are like the worst people you want to walk around that time. I'll just be there on the playground, quite lonely, alone. And then I grew up. I continued like that. I was alone. I literally in my own box, and it felt so lonely to a point where everything that I wanted was just to have a friend, one friend. I idolized it so much. But I came to God. When I came to God, everything changed because number one is I God allowed me to enter in a very nice church, right? So what I wanted the most was to have a very deep relationship with Him. I would pray, and those things were not even part of my mind. And it's true that when you start to heal, you will not even realize that you're starting. But at the end time, you realize, like, I'm over this thing. Like, I'm over. I do not depend on people in you. Like, I'm over it. It's a whole other different thing. I didn't even realize that thought was never in my mind. He healed me from it. I moved on. I didn't realize I moved on. And at a certain point, I saw people writing, you know what, I'm lonely, and I'm lonely. And so I stepped back. I'm like, I'm no more that type of person. What happened? What's changed? What shift? Of course, God's presence. I'm literally a miracle. Of course, God's presence. But what are the steps that He helped me take? Number one is the purpose, knowing why you are lonely. Number one is there's two options, even though there may be more. Number one is the one we are mostly told that when you are lonely, which is the truth, that God wants to build you. Remember, I told you guys before, even now, I have quite friends. I literally pick them very well because I know, and I have quite friends, right? But then back then, before even having the wonderful friends that I have right now, I used to spend a lot of time in prayer. Just as I told you guys, in my church, people were speaking in tongues, having the gift of the spirit and all of those things, and I wanted it so much as well. So I started doing the same thing. I started praying. Number one, the main reason God allows you to be lonely is to spend more time with Him, is to know Him, is to know the purpose that He has for you, right? I know that you've heard a lot of people speak about it, but it's actually the truth. Because now imagine you have a big group of friends, and birthdays after birthdays, outings after outings, graduation, you must text them, you must be on the phone, you must always be in contact with them because that part of your responsibility as a friend, as a person, as a family member, right? You do not have time for God. Not at all. Let me tell you, not at all. Not like I don't have time for God now, but you just learn how to manage it better. You learn how to manage it better when God becomes your number one, right? So number one, God may want to show you His purpose. He wants you guys to become closer. Number two is, I know this is hard to admit, but you may be the problem. You may be the problem why maybe your face is always like when you always look angry. So when people try to appreciate, like, no, she looks angry, she looks one of the friends that I have right now, she's like, okay, I had a friend crash on you, so I just saw you from far and I really wished, but you looked so angry. Okay, but then I changed that. You can see I'm always smiling. But in a sense of saying that, number one is God wants to show you the purpose. Number two, it's maybe you. Maybe you don't speak to people well. Maybe people have already tried to be friends with you, but you're not just open enough. You do not just show yourself, right? Those are the things, those are reasons why you may be lonely. But now at a certain point, you just can't tell yourself, okay, I'm lonely. What should I do? Should I get friends? This is how to deal with it. This is how to deal with it in the bad way, in the best way. Discover which one is allowing you to remain lonely. Is it the fact that God has a purpose for you? Is it the way you act? If it's the way you act, it's quite easy because you can quickly change it. You can, but if it's God's way, God will take his time. God will take his time to shape you. He will take his time to allow your relationship to be deep, very deep, and then you can go on, right? But now, in that time, you can't be sad all the time. You can't. Imagine if God takes 10 years to shape you. 10 years, and after 10 years, you become a leader. And when you're a leader, it's very, very, very lonely up there because you're a leader. You must show this. You must show that you're strong, and all of that. It's very lonely, right? So during those times, you must learn how to be comfortable in your own skin. Learn how to be comfortable in who you are, in who God created you. And number one is redefine loneliness. Loneliness is not about not having friends, about not having people to talk to, not having people to go out with in this social media world where you just have to post out if you go out with people. I'm not a big fan of that. So it's not about that. It's about when you do not enjoy your company as a person. And where does that come from? It comes from a low self-esteem. It comes from not loving yourself enough, from telling yourself that I'm not enough. So since I'm not enough, I can't spend time with my own self. I can't enjoy my own company. I can't enjoy my own thoughts. Some people can't sit down like this. They always have to hear something. You can't sit down with your own thought. So number one is learn. Now, number one, the most important thing to learn how to deal with loneliness is learn how to enjoy your own company. And maybe it may be because of something that happened in the past. Maybe people have always told you that you're not good, you're not good enough, and blah blah blah. But learn how to heal on your own. Just as I told you guys, most of the time we don't even know that you're healing. By God's grace, I believe that you are going to heal. And I hope that this helped someone. If it helped you, please comment in the comment section because I don't know if I'm really making sense, but learn how to enjoy your own company. And God is always there with you. I'm always there with you. I know we don't really know each other, but I always pray for you. I always pray for as much people as I can. And if you're struggling with anything, you can write this in the comment section and we're going to discuss it.